Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? I've now tuned into my Black and Crew recap. Guys, make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet done so, and share this video wherever you like to share videos. So let's do some shout-outs. Shout-outs to Natalie Harrington. I love you, boo. And shout-out to Paula Grace, who said there's a lot of holes in Alex's story. Donna is mad dumb for going to that girl's house and trashing the place. The rest of the people at Black and got dumb for going with her. She could have caught a case, or she could have a case against them for that. Exactly. That's the same thing I was saying. Like, that's mad stupid. I would have been like, alright, peace out. I don't run into foolishness with other people. Maybe if I was like 12, or teenagers. These people are grown adults. They like in their late 20s and 30s. Like, some of them is over 30. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, come on. You gotta do better. You gotta do better with your life. Like, come on. Anyway, so now let's go ahead and get right into it. So Teddy, he calls Cesar and tells him that he needs to come home because Alex got locked up. He was there with him, and the system's out to get him, and he needs to come and do something. And I was saying, when I saw him saying that, I'm like, why he need to do something? I'm like, homie is brand new. Like, he just got to the shop like yesterday. They don't have no loyalty to him at the end of the day. But Cesar, he feels like he's responsible for Alex and he got to bail him out. So that's exactly what he did. He ends up paying $13.50 for him to get bailed out because he had 3 warrants in 2 different cities. Or no, it was the other way around. I think it was 2 warrants in 3 different cities. And he also had to pay those tickets that he was owing. So they kind of set him up because they knew that if you get somebody, they do that. I heard that they do stuff like that at the DMV too. If you got to pay a ticket at the DMV, like sometimes they could be there waiting for you and they can take you away if you have excessive warrants or whatever. So that's pretty much, he got caught up in the game. And yeah, they ended up taking him away. So they did let him know, like, all right, we helped you out this time, but you definitely got to get yourself straight. Like, first of all, you have a kid that you're taking care of. You're supposed to be responsible for. And you're supposed to be a role model for, as well as, you just got to get your life together, because don't be trying to take our kindness for weakness, because this is not something that's going to happen each and every time. Plus, Cesar, on top of that, he made sure that he had him doing some sensei wax on, wax off type of thing, like the Karate Kid back in the days. Donna, she about to move in with the new receptionist, Jada. And I'm like, I don't know if that's really a good idea, because I just feel like Donna, she don't seem like the best roommate. Like, I wouldn't extend an offer for Donna to come and live with me. I mean, Jada's brand new, so she don't really know her like that. So I guess, that's, she feels bad for her because she's down and out or whatever. And she feels like since her roommate left, she needs somebody, because I told y'all, these New York prices be crazy. Like, if you're not with a good job, you're not going to be able to maintain a good place to live, or a decent place to live, and be able to have any type of social life, because it's either you're going to be doing one or the other, especially if you're single. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be able to live in a decent apartment. And she's probably paying less for that apartment now that I think about it, just because it's a walk-up. A lot of times, because I was living in a walk-up at one point, and it was expensive, but it was cheaper than it should have been, just for the simple fact that it was a walk-up. Also, where my mom lives, where I was staying before I actually moved out on my own, when I got married, back in the days, that was a walk-up as well. Oh my gosh. And now when I go to see her, I'm just like, how did I do this every night? Every single day, every night. How does she do it? I mean, dang. My mom sure be getting her exercise, walking up and down those stairs, I'll tell you. So, but that tends to make the price a lot less, because they know you got to do all that walking up and down. A lot of people don't want to deal with that anymore. So anyway, yeah, she pretty much is going to be staying with her. But I'm like, why she can't just stay with her boyfriend at the end of the day? Like, that's your man. Why don't you stay with him? She's talking about, she don't want to mess up the relationship by living together, so she'd rather be apart. I'm just like, nah, you don't want him to see what kind of person you are as yet, and then end up messing up the relationship. And let me tell you something. Just a few minutes into being in the freaking apartment, the little dog that she got pees all over the kitchen. And I'm just like, is your dog not potty trained? Like, she was saying the same thing. Jada's like, don't let me regret this decision right now. Like, she's like, oh my God. Like, I hope this is not, like, something that's going to keep on happening. Like, this is not a sign of what's yet to come, you know? Anyway, so Walter, now that he knows that she won't be living with Donna or whatever, he decides this is the perfect opportunity to ask her out on a date. Because, you know, he ready to tap that before anybody else does. That's just, you know, that I feel like that's the ultimate goal right there. Make sure you get it before Donna does. Because he sees Donna's on the prowl. She always want to get something that's new and looks good in the shop. Male, female, whatever. Dog, whatever. So, yeah, he ends up inviting her out. They go to this little poetry joint. I felt like she was a little, like, more so dressed for the club. But I guess because it was, like, an erotic type of poetry, it made sense. But if it was just a regular poetry, I think that her outfit would have been a little too scantily clad for that particular venue. But I guess it works because of the type of poetry it was. So then Walter ends up taking the stage and he does a little poem on behalf of her. And it was like really cute. I mean, the words wasn't all that. I mean, it wasn't all that sexy or nothing. But it was just cute for the simple fact that he chose to, you know, give her a little shout out on the mic and just kind of make it in her name or whatever. So that was cute. She really was flattered by that. And she appreciated that. Then after that, they ended up like riding a bike like down Harlem, looking crazy. I remember somebody tried to do something like that with me one time. This dude I was talking to years and years ago, I was like in high school. I have issues with control. I also have issues with trust. So it was like two different dudes, matter of fact, that wanted to ride me on their bikes. And both of them, like, we ended up getting in arguments because, especially one of them, we ended up getting a big, huge argument because I would not let him ride me. Like, I was like, I'll ride you. Like, let me be the driver, because I've always been, like, with my cousins and stuff, I've been the one to, like, take control, be the one to pedal, and they be on the back. Like, I don't do the back thing. No, I don't. I have to see what is going on. I have to know that I'm keeping us safe. And that got us into a big thing, because he's like, why won't you let me ride you? I'm like, nah, I'll just walk. Like, it was bad. But now looking back in hindsight, I'm just like, wow, I'm able to analyze and know the reason why I was the way I was. And I'm still like that to this day. Like, I rather take control of like everything. I don't like passing on the baton unless it's like a dire need to do so. So Scott, she's looking for a new manager because, as we know, what's her name done left. So Scott was doing like these little like over the iPad interviews, like FaceTime interviews, and I felt like all of them was BS. Like, it was just for comedy. I feel like it was just for like the laugh factor, because the stuff she was saying was just like ridiculous. Like, do you drink? Because we drink on Fridays. Are you able to like do this and do that? It was just stupid. So finally she ends up talking to this one chick named Tatiana. So Tatiana, she says, you know, has a lot of experience working in shops. She's a licensed tattoo artist. She can do piercings. So she's really like the whole entire package. So she would be a good fit for that particular position. So she's going to give her like a little test run, see how she does. And after 2 weeks she does well, then she'll get the job. Young Bae, she's worried about her mother because, you know, we already know her father's crazy. He tried to light them up, you know, kill them, throw them out the window, like everything, you know, everything that you could think of, like drown them, like everything. And, you know, feed them to sharks, everything, right? So now she wants to go to Korea to go and look for her mother. And I'm like, who the hell you think you are, G.I. Jane? Like, what you talking about? Like, this dude is crazy. You ran to America with $81 in your pocket, and you trying to go back to Korea to do what? What you going to do? I'm pretty sure the laws ain't as good as they are here. So what do you... I mean, I understand you're worried about your mother, but I don't think that that's the best idea for you to be going up there like you Tomb Raider or something. Like, I just don't see what you're going to do, you know? So anyways, that's what she's talking about she's going to do. But she said she comes to the crew and kind of like... You know how you like, I felt like the way she came in, it reminds me of somebody that used to work in my job years ago. Like, they would come in and be like, oh my God, like, oh. And if you don't look at them or acknowledge them, they'll keep on like, oh my gosh. Like, until you ask them, like, what's wrong? And then they start telling you everything because they just want you to care. They want you to ask them. They want they want you to want to know what's wrong with them. That's pretty much what she did. So they ask her, and she tells them, like, well, you know, everything with her mother or whatever, and she wants to go there, but she doesn't really have, like, the stacks. Like, she don't have that money to be able to do that. So she don't know what to do right now. So they're like, you know what, we'll help you. We'll help you raise the money, because she's like, it's expensive to go to Korea. I looked up the prices, and depending on which part of Korea she's going, it can range anywhere between $1,000 and $3,000 depending on the part. So yeah, I mean, especially if you don't have that money, like if you're working paycheck to paycheck, it's kind of hard to say that you have that money. But I feel like she's on this show, you know, like, and you live with somebody now, like, how do you not have extra money? Unless you sending your mother stacks and stacks of cash. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, you're getting a good enough paycheck. Like, you're getting 2 paychecks. That's more than a lot of people are getting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're getting paychecks from black ink, and you're also getting paychecks from tattooing. So, I mean, I don't know. That's just my perspective. But you never know what bills people have. A lot of people, they tend to... Just because they have more doesn't mean they don't have more bills, you know? So they could be paying off loans or whatever, immigration. Like, you know, there could be a lot of stuff that she's taking care of. And that's no shade, because, I mean, immigration, trust me, I know immigration is expensive. I'm dealing with it myself. So anyways, now Donna, like I said, she moves in with Jada or whatever. And following that, we saw that there was the annual Halloween party. So we all know this was filmed back in October. And... they did like a tattoo-a-thon. They was doing a whole bunch of tattoos, which is pretty cool, trying to raise money for Young Bae. Then the Tatiana chick, this is her golden moment. She's there now. So she wants to show off and show everyone, show Sky that she's a good fit for this job. She can get people into shape and getting that money. So she goes up to Young Bae, and she goes up, grabs one of the people that was at the party. She goes up to Young Bae and to Donna, like, oh, are you free? Because I have this person. I'm going to go set up the shop so you can go and do what you got to do. Like, come on, let's go. Like, they looking at her like, the fuck? Like, first of all, who are you? Have you introduced yourself? We don't even know who you are. And you're trying to tell us what to do? Like, I can understand why they were the way they were to a certain extent. You know, like, somebody comes up to me, like, on some, I'm bossing you around, I'm telling you what you do. Like, first of all, who are you? Who gave you the authority to do anything and say anything? We've been busting our behinds all day, and you think you're going to come in here and tell me to do? Like, first of all, this is for me. This fundraiser is for me. This is not a regular work event, you know, but you don't know anything behind what's going on, and you're trying to boss people around. So that right there was a negative. You know, she got a strike for that. And then she's all putting her fingers up in Young Bae's face like, yo, come on, are you going to go or what? Do you want to get this money or what? So Young Bae was like, you know, she's already going through everything mentally. She got all this stuff on her mind. So she was just like over it real quick. She got up and just, you know, when Tatiana was like walking, she just ended up hitting her. And the thing that I didn't like about this whole scene was it was like on some Bad Girls Club type of joint, because I didn't like the fact that both Donna and this new chick, Jada, both, and doesn't Jada give you that look of, what's her name? From Ashley from Black and Crew Chicago. You know, Don's wife. Like, they have similar features. But I think that Jada got little, I think her face is a lot slimmer. You know, she seems like she's a little bit taller. And her hair be laid a lot better. But I feel like they have similar features. Like, they could have been cousins or something. Or... you know, I feel like they could have been. But anyway, back to the point. I didn't like the fact that they pretty much all just jumped her. I just felt like that was like real messed up. Like, what was the point of doing that? Like, first of all, like, if that was me, I probably would have sued all of them, because I felt like that was just unwarranted. And even at the end of the day, if Young Bae was going to go ahead and hit her, they should have let it be one-on-one. The girl didn't even have a chance to defend herself. But she took it like a G, you know, like an initiation type of thing. She came back. She kind of apologized. Her and Tatiana ended up talking after Sky kind of intervened. They ended up having a nice little conversation. Young Bae kind of let her know what this was all about, that she's stressed and everything. Young Bae was still talking crap in the background, like in the commentary. But as far as right there, it was pretty much squashed and things were good. So, you know, everything was pretty much like all set right there. And then this Grim Reaper looking dude walks up, and they just like, who's this? It ends up being Richard. So Richard's back. He said him and Nikki's done. She wanted space. She ended up staying in California. I mean, that's sad. Hopefully he's still on the right path or whatever. He changed his name back to yeah, I know I always be calling him regardless. And yeah, like, I don't know. Hopefully he don't get too crazy or whatever, and he remembers his sobriety, because it seemed like she was one of the main factors or things that were keeping him whole back in the days when she was with him. Although she wasn't really the best influence, because she was still drinking real heavy, even though she also had lupus. I'm like, you doing all these things. I don't know. I just felt like she wasn't the best. She seems like she's one of those girls that you think like they mad high class and everything until you really get to know them. Then you see like, oh, she's actually ghetto. You know, like, oh, she's ratchet, you know? But that's pretty much the episode. Let me know what y'all thought about this one. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I will see you in the next one.